This is Sally from littlebettyprint. I hope you're doing okay. I'm going to show you in this tutorial how to make your Christmas cards into a hanging paper bauble like this. So what you're going to need for this today is, as well as your Christmas card, your piece of thread, silvery thread that you should have found in your card, hopefully, if the person remembered to put it in there for you. You will also need a pair of scissors and some paper glue of some kind. I've got some runny glue, but you can use a stick as well. And possibly something like a cup or a glass, something that you can use to place your bauble in while we're gluing it up. It comes in quite useful and stops you, well, getting too much glue all over your hands. So something like that, preferably one that's empty, but feel free to grab a glass of something nice to sip while we're doing this. We're going to take it nice and easy, quite slow, and just chill out, because at Christmas, as we all know, it can all get very chaotic, and it's nice just to slow down. I've had a bit of a mental day today, so I'm just going to try and go at a nice, easy pace. Go and grab those things that I mentioned. Feel free to pause me at any point. I won't be offended. Just stick me on pause and just go at your own pace. So the first thing we're going to need to do is to cut your card completely in half down the middle, down the crease, so that you get two squares. Move that out of the way. So I've already done that, and I have just one square here, which I'm now going to use to fold. Okay, so they're all really easy folds. There's nothing too complicated. So follow along and see how we get on. So you're going to need the plain side to start with, face up, and we're going to fold it in half first along the horizontal, so both ways. And these are all pre-folds, so we're going to open them back up once we've done those. And then across on the other side, you just join your corners up together to find the middle. Okay, now we have across, and then we're going to fold diagonally in half. So you want those corners to touch. And give it a really good, strong crease there down the middle. And then the last one in half the opposite way. So then joining the opposite corners together and folding down there. And just use the back of my thumbnail to make a really nice strong crease. And then you can leave that one as it is. So now you should have all the folds in and a triangle shape to work with. Okay, the next one we're going to do is going to lift up one of the corners towards you, and we're going to squish this crease here and squish it down so that it folds along this fold like that and into a square. So I'll do it again, because it may not come across that easily on video. So take this corner and we want to fold it up along there, and then push this central bit down and squish it right down into a square. And we'll do that on the other side, just exactly the same. So we're lifting this side up, open it up along the central crease there, and squishing it down flat. So now you should end up with something that looks like that. Okay, hope you're keeping up with me. So next one, just take one of those sides, I'm going to fold it up. I just use my finger to get a nice crease there at the centre. I'm going to fold this outside edge to the centre line there. And what you should find is that the pattern helps you, because the pattern should join up. So it's just a continuous pattern there. And the other side the same, just to meet it there in the middle. And push all your creases down nice and firm. Okay. And then turn over. I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this side. So again, from that point in the middle to the central fold. And again on the other side, turn it around. I couldn't put any Christmas music on this time because Instagram really doesn't like you playing music in the background, so that's not very good. But I have put my Christmassy jangly jumper on again, just to get me in a bit of a Christmas mood, because it really doesn't feel like Christmas right at this moment. We're at the beginning of November, so if you're sat with your Christmas tree up and some Christmas songs on and a belly full of mince pies, then you'll be feeling a lot more Christmassy than me. So we have a nice kite shape. And the next thing we're going to do is going to get our scissors and we're going to cut straight down this line here and cut all these triangles off. So try and do it as carefully as possible. Just straight across from each corner. You can discard those or use them for something else, I don't know. And then the next bit we're going to do is we need to change the direction of some of these folds, because at the moment they're not going the right way. So if you just open one side up, what we need to do is squish this fold again, this outside fold, and we need to try and change the direction of that fold. So push in here so that this is flat, and then fold this bit, front bit, back over. So basically we're tucking that fold that was sticking out, we're sticking it back in there so that the fold goes in the opposite direction. We need to do that again on the other side. So I'll show you again if you didn't quite catch it. You just need to try and open up that side. I'm going to squish this fold back in towards you. So if you squish down the top there, you find that it just folds back in on itself, and then fold that one back over the top. So now those two folds that were on the top are now on the inside. We'll do it again on the other side. Open up the fold and then push down on this edge and then fold that bit back over the top. The last one, just push it down. And then back over there. So now all the folds are going in the right directions, so we should have a nice kind of concertina or accordion type fold going on, and they're all zigzaggy. Hopefully yours looks the same as that. If it doesn't, put it back to how it was, or go back a few steps and just keep trying. But now we've got kind of a Christmas tree shape. And the next fold that we're going to do, which are the last folds, so take just one fold there. I'm going to fold it from the middle, so I just place my finger there just to make sure we're creasing it right on the middle, and we're folding this bottom edge to the central crease, so we're just folding it across there. And the other side to come up to join it. And then turn over. And want to do the same thing again on the other side. So just fold it up to the central fold. And the other side up. See? Okay. So these are pre-creases again, so we can unfold those and then find the two sides that you've not folded, which are in the middle, and just turn it round so that they're on the outsides, and we can do the same to those as well now. So up from the middle, up from the middle. And turn over. Okay, so next is the exciting bit. So you can unfold those, and we can unfold all of those other folds slightly, not completely. Need them still a bit in place. So the folds that we've just done on the edges, again, they're facing the wrong way. So we need to push them in there like that. You should find the crease quite easily. We just need to fold them all in so that they're facing inwards. So just work your way around. If you just push the edge, it should just fall in quite nicely. And again, it should kind of follow the lines of the design so that you can see where you're folding along to. So all the way round until you reach back to the beginning. And there we go. There you have one half of your bauble. So the next thing you need to do is get your other half and do exactly the same. To save a bit of time, because I know you don't want to hear me waffling on for hours, I've already done mine, so I've done a bit of a Blue Peter. There's one I made earlier. And also, what I did earlier was I threaded my needle, because you would have been waiting for ages for me to do that, so, because I'm not very good with needles. So, once you've done both your sides, get quite a chunky needle, like a darning needle, or I don't know, just the largest one that you can find, just to make it easy to thread. I threaded both the open ends through and then tied those in a knot. So I've got a loop at one end and a knot at the other. So what I'm going to do now, I think I forgot to mention to grab a needle at the beginning when I told you what you were going to need, so sorry about that, just throwing that one on you. So what you need to do now is push your thread through the middle of your bauble. So this is where you're going to hang it from. And do that before you put any glue on, otherwise it's going to be very tricky. So there we go. Sewing isn't one of my skills at all. Totally hopeless. So that's quite good for me actually. Okay, so now we get to stick them together. So I'm going to get my cup and put the bottom half, the top half that's got your thread in, just put that to one side for now. And I'm going to glue along, get the lid off. This is where I get in a complete mess because I'm really rubbish with glue as well. So I'm going to glue just along the edge here, not too close to the edge because with runny glue anyway, it will come out a bit. As you can see, it's coming out really fast. So use your cup or glass or mug or whatever you've got, just to lean it in, and then it's not rolling around all over the place. And just whack some glue on there. You don't have to be too precise about it. All the way around. Until you find the first one that's already glued. Okay, and then I'm going to drop the top bit on to the bottom and hope if you've got them to about the right size or the same size, it should just go together quite easily. And then all you need to do is press the two edges together and keep going around. And this is where it can get a bit like an accordion because it's, you squeeze one side and the other side pops out. But a little bit of patience. If you're a bit of a perfectionist like me, you could be doing this for ages. Because every time I go round to the other side, I find a bit that's not quite right. But obviously the glue will dry eventually, so am I in focus? And keep going around until you're happy with it. Okay, I could faff and faff for ages. Hopefully you've managed to get yours to go together. I hope I've not forgotten to mention anything else that was important along the way. But don't forget that as well as using my card, you could also use some wrapping paper or some brown paper or just a bit of A4 photocopy paper that you want to perhaps do some of your own designs on, do some drawing on there and cut those out. As long as you've cut them into a square before you start, you can use anything you like really, and then you can have a little collection of them. You could put them with some other decorations. So I've got this little star, snowflake, perhaps some nice big paper snowflakes there. Hang them up. I'll find a nice nice branch, hang them up on, some little twinkly lights, and pour yourself a nice glass of something and have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching. Bye.